Wall Street futures opened lower. Reaction to reports on weekly jobless claims and housing starts might be the highlight on Thursday. Traders are also keeping an eye on the ongoing tension between Russia and Ukraine. Early cues from the US futures index suggest that Wall Street might open lower. Asian shares finished broadly up, while European shares are mostly higher. As of 7:45 a.m. Eastern Time, the Dow futures were down 56.00 points. The S&P 500 futures were losing 11.00 points, and the Nasdaq 100 futures were 51.75 points. The US major averages finished Wednesday narrowly mixed, while the S&P 500 inched up 3.94 points, or 0.1% to 4,475.01. The Dow dipped 54.57 points, or 0.2% to 34,934.27, and the Nasdaq edged down 15.66 points, or 0.1% to 14,124.10. On the economic front, the Commerce, Housing Urban Development Department's housing starts and permits for January will be issued at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time. The consensus is for 1.708 million, while it was up 1.702 million in the prior month. The Labor Department's jobless claims for the week will be released at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time. The consensus is for 224K, while in the previous month the claims were up 223K. Philadelphia Fed Manufacturing Index for February is scheduled at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time. The consensus is for 19.7, while it was up 23.2 in the prior month. The Energy Information Administration, or EIA's natural gas report for the week will be issued at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time. In the prior week, the gas stock was down 222 BCF. A 2-year Treasury floating rate note, or FRN auction, will be held at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Time. 2-year, 5-year and 7-year Treasury Note auction will be held at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Time. 30-year Treasury Inflation-Protected Securities, or TIPS auction, will be held at 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. The Fed balance sheet for the week will be held at 4:30 a.m. p.m. ET. In the prior week, the level was at $8.878 trillion. St. Louis Federal Reserve Bank President James Bullard will speak on the U.S. and monetary policy before the Columbia University SGH Macro Advisors Fireside Chat at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Time. Cleveland Federal Reserve Bank President Loretta Mester to speak on the economic outlook and monetary before the virtual event of the Volatility and Risk Institute and the Center for the Global Economy and Business, NYU Stern School of Business. Cleveland Federal Reserve Bank President Loretta Mester to speak on the economic outlook and monetary before the virtual event of the Volatility and Risk Institute and the Center for the Global Economy and Business, NYU Stern School of Business, at 5 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. Asian stocks ended mostly higher on Thursday. Chinese shares ended marginally higher. Hong Kong shares eked out modest gains, with the Hang Seng rising 0.30% to 24,792.77. Japanese shares fell. The Nikkei average fell 227.53 points, or 0.83%, to 27,232.87, while the broader Topix index closed 0.79% lower, at 1,931.24. Australian ended slightly higher. Australia's unemployment rate stayed held steady at 4.2% in January. The benchmark SP/ASX 200 index edged up 11.30 points, or 0.16%, to 7,296.20, while the broader All Ordinaries Index ended little changed with a positive bias at 7,574.80. European shares are trading mostly higher. Among the major indexes in the region, the CAC 40 index of France is progressing 24.46 points, or 0.35%. The German DAX is adding 17.94 points, or 0.11%. The UK FTSE 100 index is losing 37.34 points, or 0.49%. The Swiss market index is sliding 42.16 points, or 0.34%. The Euro Stoxx 50 index, which is a compilation of 50 blue chip stocks across the euro area, is up 0.13%. For comments and feedback, contact editorial@artnews.com. Biotech stocks facing FDA decision in February 2022. Biotech stocks facing FDA decision in January 2022. Biotech stocks facing FDA decision in December 2021.